Harvest time can be one of the more rewarding aspects of farm life. And when you can share that with the community through a combination fall festival and corn harvest, all the better. Fall in Maryland is a sight to see. Cooler temperatures bring autumn colors, golden corn, ripe red apples, and of course, pumpkins. You can't go anywhere in October without stopping to pick 1, 2, or a dozen. And if you've got a hankering for corn mazes, hay rides, and apple cannons, you'll most likely find yourself at one of the state's many fall farm festivals, like the Fall Fest here at Knightongale Farm in Anne Arundel County.
People like coming out to Knightongale Farm, and they like all the different activities, and it's just a family-oriented, fun place, and it is a farm.
That's because Knightongale Farm, like 295 other Maryland farms, is a farm first and a hayride, corn maze, and pumpkin patch second, with the hope that the pumpkin patch will keep the farm alive when times get tough.
We grow soybeans, corn, sunflowers, pumpkins, and we cut hay on about 500 acres.
Over the years, fluctuating grain prices, combined with bad weather and increased costs for technology and labor, have forced many small and medium-sized farms to diversify.
We started agritourism back in the late 90s, and it's a second income with the grain farming, which grain farming is very marginable.
It's not just grain farming. Nationally, income from farming has dropped 23% from 2022, one of the biggest declines in history. Meanwhile, income from ag tourism rose from $750 million in 2012 to $1.26 billion in 2022. Now, ag tourism comes in all shapes and sizes, from wineries to creameries and breweries, from you-pick flowers to Airbnbs, farm markets, cow cuddling, horseback riding, even camping. All in order to have a safety net when crops or prices go sideways. Beyond the Fall Festival, Knightongale Farm sells Christmas trees in the winter and now has a sunflower festival in the summer.
So one of the main reasons we do this is to keep ourselves stable throughout a season that could possibly be down on income as a crop, because as everybody knows, farming is a big gamble.
Joel Greenwell Sr. grew up helping out at the fall festivals.
And something we've done every year.
And while the safety net income is nice, it's also been a way to give back.
And the money that is raised out of the trunk or treat, we split it between the Southern High School FFA and the Harwood 4-H. So them kids have some money to do their projects throughout the year.
Speaking of projects, how is it juggling the ag tourism business and the farm?
You know, when we have the Fall Fest here, it's also during our harvest time, you know, weather permitting, and just trying to get everything to go good day by day sometimes can get a little tough, but we try to manage.
Today is one of those days.
So during the week, we need to harvest things in the field, and they're doing that. And then when it's the weekends, it is strictly pumpkin patch.
Unless it's been too wet to harvest all week, Joel's daughter-in-law, Ashley Greenwell, knows right where she can find Big Joel.
It's obviously not raining, so it's a good time to cut. Everything's probably dry, so he's gonna get in that combine and go harvest some corn. When you're farming, you have to go exactly at the right time. So when the time is right, you have to go.
The season's been very dry. Through the month of June and July, we probably went 7 weeks without any rain at all.
2024's drought was a nightmare for Maryland farmers, with 8 counties designated primary natural disaster areas.
I'm just hoping to break even this year. If I break even, you know, I'm going to be happy. I don't have a monitor in the combine, but what I've shelled so far, according to my acres, with my monitor and my planner, it's doing anywhere between 115 and 125 bushels to the acre. I'm pretty happy with that. You know, with bad years like this, you know, it's fortunate that we have agritourism to make an income that we can fall back on. Hopefully it's not like this every year.
Thanks for watching Maryland Farm and Harvest. We hope you liked the video. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. To learn more about our show and watch full episodes, check out mpt.org/farm or just click the link in the description.